in this first shelf, I have most of Infinite's stuff as a group. So this first one is their first mini album slash debut album, First Invasion. Then I have their second mini album, Evolution. And then their first single, In Spirit. And then their first full-length album, Over the Top. And then their first repackaged, Paradise. Next is Infinitize. And then New Challenge. And then Destiny. Seasons 2. Be Back. PS, this one is the worst packaging ever. Next is Reality, the normal edition, and then Infinite Only normal edition, and then Infinite Only limited edition. And then next is their latest album, Top Seed. And then this is actually their 2019 Season's Greetings planner, which I'm not using right now, so I just stuck it in here because it fit. And then these pins right here are, if you saw my recent unboxing of the fan-made Season's Greetings by ATEEZ, these pins came as part of the set. And then next to the group is mainly their solos and unit stuff. So starting off is actually their BTD Before the Dawn Japanese releases. I believe it's the A and B version. And then next is the Sungyu's first solo album, Another Me. And then next is Infinite H's second mini album, Fly High. And then Woohyun's first solo mini album, Right. And then Infinite F's first and only mini album, Azure. And then next is Woohyun's second mini album, Second Right, both A and B version. And then next is actually from their 2012 Season's Greetings, and it's their diary that came with it, which I never wrote in. And then this thing right here is actually a DVD, Infinite Second Invasion. It came in like a big package, but then the DVD came in like its own separate little thing because there's like 3 DVDs in it, so I kept it out just to fill in space. And then next is L's Bravo Beautiful Part 1, which was gifted to me from a friend. And then this big thing that doesn't actually stand up because it's too tall is the Reality Limited Edition. And then this is actually part of a fan-made light stick that I bought like years ago, but then my cousin stepped on the light parts that were right here that made it glow, which I was really angry about. But at least this part stayed intact, so I just kept it. I think it's really pretty. The shop actually doesn't operate anymore, which is sad, but I'm glad to have it. And then in the next shelf, as you can see, is all my Golden Child stuff. So starting off, here is their first slash debut album, Gocha. They only released one version. And then next is their second mini album, both A and B version. And then next is their first single album, Goldenness, both A and B version. And then next is their third mini album, Wish, both A and B version. And then this is a mini calendar from their 2018 Season's Greetings. And then these little patches were from pulls from their second mini album. And then obviously you can see here I have their official light stick, as well as my official membership card from them, which I am very happy to have. In the next row, right below Infinite, is NCT, which I recently started collecting, so I don't have much of their stuff yet, but it's a work in progress. So I have 127's Cherry Bomb, and then NCT 2018 Empathy, both reality and dream version. And then I have NCT Dreams, We Go Up. And then NCT 127's regular, irregular albums, both regular and irregular version. And then their official light stick right here, which is glorious yet blocky. I'm planning on buying Regulate, Do Young's version, soon once I have enough money, and then slowly I'll work my way back to other things. Next, I have my massive and almost complete LOONA album collection. It's actually reversed, so instead of it being like the first member all the way to the group stuff, it's reversed. But anyways, right here is their plus album limited B version, and it's displayed like this because I think this one is the best cover. And then under it is plus limited A version, and then it's Go On and Olivia's album, and then Olivia's Chew and Go On, and then over here is Beauty and the Beat normal edition, Beauty and the Beat limited edition, and then over here I have the other plus albums. I actually have another version of the normal A because the limited A, because someone was selling it with the Jinso photo card that I was missing, so it was cheaper for me to just buy a whole nother album with the photo card I wanted instead of buying the photo card itself. So I do have all 4 versions: normal, A and B, and limited A and B. And then right here is a LOONA Studio Jinso Polaroid. Next I have Eves and Chew, Eves, Mix and Match normal edition, and then Max and Match normal edition, and then another Mix and Match normal edition because I was struggling so hard to find a poster as Odd Eye Circle, and the only place I found it was on K-Pop Town, and the only way I can get it was to buy another album. So I bought another album for the poster, but then I found out Music Plaza was selling all the 4 posters from Odd Eye Circle, so basically I bought a whole new album for no reason. And then next I have Jinso and Chori, Kim Lip and Jinso, Kim Lip versions A and B, Love and Evil normal edition, Hasul, Vivi, Love and Live normal edition, LOONA and Hasul, LOONA and Yojin, Hasul and Yojin, Heejin and Hyunjin, Heejin, and then I have Jinso's album because she is my bias. And then I also have the LOONA Studio Jinso Polaroid, the other version, and then the pin that was also sold during the LOONA Studio. So as you can see, my collection is almost complete, except I'm missing the LOONA 1/3 and the Odd Eye Circle limited edition stuff, which is so expensive to come by now if you are a recent collector of LOONA. I regret not buying the limited edition versions of Mix and Match and Max and Match when it was on sale, because I didn't think it would be actually limited edition, because you know limited edition stuff is never limited, but these were, and now they're selling for like $300 each without the photo card. Below my NCT cubby, which is up here, I have MXM's and Rainz. So over here is MXM's first / debut album Unmix A and B version, and then I have their second mini album Matchup A and B version, and then their first full-length album More Than Ever, both versions, More and Ever version. And then these 2 standees came up in their debut album, the Unmixed, and then these 2 standees came from their Matchup, their second mini albums, and then this one right here, this clear stand right here, it came from their More Than Ever. I actually pulled 2 Donghans, so I only have 1 displayed. And then next is Rainz first / debut album, and then their second mini album Shake You Up. I am so sad that they're not continuing to their contract, because this album was like very underappreciated. It's actually one of my favorite albums. But regardless, yes, this is my MXM/Rainz album. I might keep it like this because since 101 is disbanding soon, you know, I wonder if they're gonna keep MXM or not. So right now this is kind of like my disbanded shelf, but who knows, that might change. Next is my complete 101 album collection, these two. So first I have their debut album, To Be One. I forget what the versions are called, A and B version, whatever. And then as you can see, I pulled Minhyun in this version and Woojin in this version. And then next I have both Nothing Without You albums. And then next to that is both I Promise You albums, day version and night version. And then next to that is all 6 versions of their Undivided album. So the 101 regular version, I guess, Triple Position, Lean On Me, The Heel, #1, and then the art book version, the superior version. And then up here is actually from their latest full-length album, Power of Destiny, the Kino album. I actually never buy Kino albums, but since it's 101's last albums, I was like, I might as well get it. So that's why I got it. Plus the photo cards that came with them are really cute. And then actually it's a member version Kino album covers, I guess. And then I got Guanlin, so, which I have a Guanlin curse because every single album I pulled Guanlin in something, whether it be like a photo card or something extra that they put in. And then next to the shelf I have the rest of their stuff, so their Power of Destiny stuff, the romance, and then the adventure version. I pulled Minhyun again, yay, which is funny because I pulled Minhyun in their debut album, and then now I've got him in their last album and on the blue versions of their albums. He is my bias, by the way, if you couldn't tell. And then I got Daniel's adventure version. And then next to it I have their official light stick. By the way, the NCT and the 101 light stick I bought at Music Plaza in store in LA. And then next to them I have 2 standees, Ongs and Guanlins from their Nothing Without You era. And then these puzzle pieces right here, I have Jisung and Woojin, and then these 2 back here are group versions, and then that's from their I Promise You albums. Under my MXM/Rainz cubby up here, I also have more Produce 101 season 2 group stuff. So as you can see, the main thing right here is my Longguo&Shihyun mini album, This album is one of my favorites ever, and I displayed it like that because of that, and plus I really like the album cover. And then the first one up here is another the album, because I bought it thinking I would get photo cards with it because it was like only $10, but I misread the description and it only came with the album, so now we have 2 of them. And then next is JBJ95's first/debut album, Home, both A and B version. I forget if they actually had names. And then next, these small thin ones right here is Kim Donghan's second mini album, D Night, both A and B version. And then under it is his first mini album, D Day, A and B version. And then under that is JBJ's last album as a group before they disbanded, New Moon. And then under that is their second mini album, True Colors, both A and B versions, or 2-1 and 2-2. And then under that is their debut album, Fantasy 1-2, or 1-1 and then 1-2, or A and B version, whatever you want to call it. And then this stuff is from their True Colors, all this stuff. This is their perfume satchel, I think is what they called it, and this was actually like limited in like their first press album, so I was really happy to get one at least, and this one actually smelled pretty good. And then I have Longguo's Polaroid film sticker thing, and then Donghan's sticker thing. Each one came in each version, I forget which one though. Next to that is Sewoon's entire discography actually. So I have his debut albums, part 1 ever, both versions. They actually have names, but I can't remember them right now. But, well, whatever, A and B version, or blue and green version. And then his second mini album, part 2 after, blue and red version. And then his third album, another, the red/pink version, and then the green version. And then next to that is my newest/newest W collection, which isn't really a collection in terms of newest. So I only have their Love Paint or Canvas album because I only got into newest. Well, I knew of them before Produce, but I only recently like actually got into them after Produce ended. So, and actually liked Love Paint before they were on Produce. It was like one of my favorite songs that they released, and the album has some pretty good songs too, so I ended up buying the Canvas album. And then next are the newest W collection. So I have everything they've released. So their first debut album, W Here or Where, both versions. And then their second mini album, Who You, both versions. And then their latest releases, their third mini album, Awake, and all 3 versions. And I have a really bad Aaron curse. I have gotten Aaron in every single one of these, and I got Aaron in all 3 of my Waken pulls. It made me so mad. Donghan is my bias, and I didn't get him in a single one. Ugh, whatever. But yeah, I got Aaron in everything except I got Baekho in one of each from their first and their second mini album. So whatever. Next is a pretty empty shelf. This is like my girl group shelf, which as you can tell is very lacking. It's not that I hate girl groups, it's just I never really buy their albums because I don't know, I'm just not super invested into girl groups that I would buy them. I used to be super obsessed with SNSD when they were like a full group, but then that died out like a couple years ago, so I never really started to collect their stuff. But so my only SNSD thing I have is their Mr. Taxi album, and then next is Cosmic Girls or WJSN's WJ Please. Save Me Save You is one of the greatest songs they've released. I thought Secret was great, but then Save Me Save You like topped Secret by like 100,000%. Go listen to it, go watch the music video, it's amazing. And then I think this is the third version. There's 3 versions. There's a green, a pink, and then this yellow one. And then I got this yellow one because I like the photo book the best. And then right here are my ATEEZ 1 debut albums. Color Is, I have the rose version and then the color version. I think that's what they call them. I actually wasn't planning on buying these albums, but then Lovelyz and Rose came out, or the teaser came out, and I like was hooked on it automatically, so I ended up pre-ordering them just so I can have the pre-order benefits, like the Wonyoung stuff, even though she's not my bias, but whatever, I have them. And then next here is actually my Christmas gift from my brother. It's Lovelyz 5th mini album Sanctuary, the limited version, my only Lovelyz album that I have, which is sad because I like Lovelyz, but I just haven't invested money into them yet. But I might start doing it soon if I can find their albums cheap somewhere, but not many people buy them, so it's kind of hard to source cheaper albums. Next, I have other board groups. I'm not sure I'm gonna start collecting, but I bought the albums just because the albums are pretty good. So right here I have Stray Kids' second mini album, I Am Who, both versions, and then their third mini album, I Am You. I think this is the A version, it's the peachy cover version. And then right here is UNB's debut album, their first mini album, Boyhood, the normal edition. And then right here is EXO's Don't Mess Up My Tempo mini album, no, full album that I bought from Target. And then next is ATEEZ's Treasure, their first mini album, which I actually wasn't planning on buying. It was like a spur of the moment thing, because I ended up finding it on Amazon for like $13 with 2-day Prime shipping. So I ended up buying it, and then I ended up pulling my temporary, but I'm pretty sure he's my bias. I think his name is Hongjung. I can't remember, but if I remember, I'll insert his name here. Next is my very sad and small Monsta X collection. I knew of Monsta X before, but they never really piqued my interest until I heard Beautiful. So that's when I actually started to pay a little bit more attention to them and like trying to keep up with their comeback songs at least. And then eventually I ended up finding these albums on eBay with member of my choice photo card, so that's why I bought them. And so I bought the Beautiful version and then the Brilliant version. And then over here I actually got as a Secret Santa gift this year from my friend. It's their latest album, their second full-length album, Are You There? I don't know which version. This is probably the second version because it finishes R right there. But yeah, over here I just have this random empty cubby shelf, so I ended up putting some of my JBJ other random stuff here. These three colorful ones, so this pink one down here, this orange, and this purple one came from their True Colors albums. So I have Sangyoon's, Hyunbin's, and then Longguo's standy thing with a written message on the bottom. As you can see, they're kind of limp and bent because I keep them open like this, and like the weather is like messing with them. And then these group standees are from their Fantasy album, so one from each version, and luckily I ended up getting 2 different versions. And then on my very bottom row, I use it for storage right now just because I don't have anything else to fill it up with. So right here I have old jars from candles and drinks and stuff that I keep there. Over here is another cinnamon spice vanilla candle with my Infinite Second Invasion DVD album that I showed you above with my DVD collection, or with my Infinite album collection. This is the box that DVD came in. And then that last cubby right here is a small trash can, and then Infinite's 2012 Season's Greetings. And then on my very, very top shelf, I have just some calendars from Infinite. So over here, I have their 2012 Season's Greetings calendar, my 2019 fan-made calendar by ATEEZ, their official 2019 Season's Greetings calendar, and then their 2018 Season's Greetings calendar on top of the actual box. And then just a little random decoration that I made. And then as you can see, I have all my Infinite photo cards lined up right there. Doesn't look it's not much because Infinite didn't really start doing photo cards until Paradise, and then Infinite Ties actually didn't come with one, I don't think, and then New Challenge came with like this weird big photo card. Actually, New Challenge, Destiny, and Be Back came with like this weird giant photo cards that I don't like, that doesn't fit there, but whatever. So yeah, they actually really didn't start doing photo cards until Paradise, and then they did one in seasons 2, and then once Reality hit, that's when they started actually doing photo cards. So I actually have all of my photo cards from all of my albums stored away right now, because if you saw my my video talking about my 2018 top 20 title tracks, you can see my layout was completely different until just recently, so I have to figure out where I want to put those photo cards. But here's an overview of everything I have right now, album wise, and hopefully it'll grow even more once 2019 comes. Oh well, it definitely will. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope to see you next year. Bye.